Hello again and welcome to another Nick Beck's Watch Reviews. Hope you're all safe out there. Now have my second jab, so I guess I'm well on the way to being protected. Anyway, enough about that. Today I bring you my new Casio Edifice Tough Solar watch. As you can see, it's a smartphone link watch. Another one. I'm really into these Bluetooth Casios. They're really cool. This one actually come from watchshop.co.uk. Now, before I actually get into the watch, I'd just like to say a few things about Watchshop. I've purchased now 4 or 5 different watches. Funny enough, mostly Casio from Watchshop in the UK, and I have to say, there's a few other places I go to quite regularly. However, watch shops seem to be kind of leading the way at the moment. And just recently, and I'm really, really lucky, I received an email from them. It was actually regarding this watch. Congratulations, Nick. You have won the online review of the month. And I kind of didn't take much notice, I'll be honest, because you get a lot of emails and stuff from watch companies because I use lots of different ones. And I thought it may be a bit of a gimmick, but anyway, with reading through it, I was told I would be given up to £200 refund on my previous purchase, which happens to be, my previous purchase happens to be this watch, which was just short of £200, I think. And within a few minutes, I got a phone call from the sales manager of watchshop.co.uk, and I can't mention his name because I don't think that was really fair. So it was Stuart. Oh, sorry, that must have slipped out. Anyway, so had a long chat, and he told me he was really chuffed with my review that I did on their website, and he decided he'd pick me out and give me the prize. And like I say, I'm now being refunded the price of this watch. So I was really chuffed. And it's not actually about the money. I mean, of course, it's great to have a free watch, especially one as good as this. But I think the thing is, it was actually the recognition that I'd written a short review on their webpage, but he said it was worthy of the prize and a good review, and that's kind of inspired me even more to continue with this, because I'm kind of learning a lot of lessons from that. So yeah, so that was it. So as you can imagine, I'm absolutely over the moon, and I think it kind of works two ways there with giving an online review to Watchshop. The first, of course, is the negative. You get your watch, you're unhappy with it in the, unlikely event, you're unhappy with it, there's something wrong with it. You got a scratch dial or a scratch glass, or, the clasp doesn't work properly. And, unless you tell them, they can't deal with that. So far, haven't had any of those problems. They've been wonderful. Every watch I get seems to be box fresh and perfect. And, it's like I say, they're definitely the leader for me to buy from. And of course, then the other side, the positive is, apart from the winning a prize, the positive is you get to tell other people, when I receive my watch, I'm really excited about it. I open the box, it's box fresh, it's all cool, everything's great. I'm really excited. And if I really like the watch, I want to tell people, I want to tell my friends. That's why I do these reviews. I want to tell everybody, do you know what? That's a cracking watch. I really like that. And of course, the most important place, or the most important thing to mention, is where I got it from. So, what can I say? Hats off to Watchshop. They're absolutely great. And it's not just because I've won this prize. Like I say, I'm very flattered that they picked me out. Very flattered. And it just shows a little bit of kind of feedback between customer and the seller, and that's really important to me. And of course, it spurs me on to buy more watches. And of course, funny enough, when I get the money back for this one, I should be buying another one. So anyway, enough of my ramblings. But like I say, have a good look at watchshop.co.uk. They've got some cracking watches on there, and I don't think A, you'll get a better price, B, you'll get better service, and C, they all come box fresh, The boxes are all perfect. There's no issues with any of the watches. They're all great. They don't look like they've sat on a shelf for the last 2 years gathering dust and all the corners scuffed on the boxes and, you know, the box and the watch rattling about inside. They actually look brand new, as I'm sure they are brand new. And that's kind of what you'd expect. So again, enough of my rambling. Watchshop.co.uk, give them a chance. Now let me say first of all, I'm not being paid by them. I won the prize and it's spurred me to, you know, talk about them, but it's nothing to do. I'm not being paid by them. I just think they deserve that credit and I'm really, really chuffed with them. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So this is my new Casio Edifice Tough Solar. As you can see from the little card just down here, we have the Smart Link feature. It's quite a big watch, but I'll go through that in a second. So this one is the Casio Edifice Tough Solar powered ECB-900DB-1AER. It has, and I'm actually going to read it off this little card that I've got with it. So if we can get that to come into focus, there we go. It's out of focus again. There we go. So you have a smartphone link, you have automatic time adjustment, all done on your phone, and the pictures will pop up. World time for 300 cities, I think that says speed indicator, stopwatch, phone finder, you have multiple alarms. Again, it's tough solar, so it's solar powered. It's all stainless steel case and stainless steel bracelet, and you have 10 bar of water resistant. So that's the little card that comes with it. And if I flip the card over, there we go. That's just the number, the ECB-900DB-1AER. Now, getting back to this watch, I haven't actually seen any UK reviews of this, only unboxing, mostly in foreign language. So, you know, this is a great opportunity for me maybe to be the first at something. So let's move on. So there it is. There's the new Casio Edifice Tough Solar. So what I'm going to do is I shall bring it out to the camera and go through it with you. So let's just take it off the little pillow. If you can see there, it's the kind of threefold press clasp. I would say probably not, you know, the best clasp in the world. It'd be nice if they started using the good old mill clasps, but then because this one's coated in kind of like almost like a brushed finish, I actually quite like it. I think it's quite cool. And you can see the arrows for removing the push pins, and they're just push pins. Very easy to change the bracelet, or change the bracelet, should I say, adjust the bracelet with the links, and a nice little snap. You have your two little pushers either side, and you have, let's get that into focus, upside down typically, you have Casio Edifice. So that's your little logo there, which I think is a great little touch. Like I say, I'm not knocking the clasp, they're really good. So you have adjustments on your bracelet with all your pins. The back of the watch, if I can get that into focus better, that shows you all the different functions. Casio Edifice gives you the serial number, says Tough Solar, and tells you what all the buttons and their gadgets are for. Now, as you know with me, it's never about the gadgets and that, it's all about the watch. So I'm not even going to bother to try and tell you about the gadgets. The one thing I will show you on the side there, the middle button, I'll bring that right up to the camera. Let's get it into focus. Seems to be something wrong with my focus now. Maybe I'll need a new phone. The center button is your Bluetooth connector button. So looking at the watch face on, you have a case width of just about, I've measured it, just about 46 across. That kind of includes the little extra side pieces. And I like the way it's got like a, what do they call it now? You have the crown guards, and just to kind of keep it symmetrical, you have that lovely extra bit stuck out there. You got a brushed charcoal kind of bezel that's fixed with the tachymeter in red, and you've got the little numbers in white. Looking at the dial closer up, you can see it's actually a sunburst dial. You've got a lot of the features kind of outlined in red with these sort of semicircles, red second hand. You've got these kind of standard, I suppose they're sword shape hands, minute hand and hour hand, and the little hand down there for telling you how much charge you've got on your phone, on your watch. That's in red, and you can see a little dial up the top there, and that's your seconds ticking away. You've got your digital readout at 9 o'clock, and that also shows you the different time zones you can be in. So you can set it for multi things, and you can see the little Bluetooth thing there, little Bluetooth logo, and you've got this lovely kind of applied indices 3D chapter ring. It has pips all the way around, and these lovely, I like the edifices. It is an edifice. I like the indices. I think they're really cool, and they really stand off the face to give it really kind of depth. And like I say, you've got this lovely, I can't really catch it in the light, but you've got a lovely sunburst effect. And you have Casio Edifice, and you can see tough solar down there at the 7 o'clock. And yeah, so that's the dial. So you have a lug to lug width. I've measured this at just over 50. So it's quite big, but I will give you some wrist shots, and it's actually doesn't look so big on the wrist at all. It's really quite comfortable. And the lug width is, I've measured again at a 22. The depth of the watch, now this is the biggie, the depth of the watch, including that bezel, is actually 15. So it's quite a thick watch, which makes it kind of fairly heavy, but it's not so heavy that it's uncomfortable. It's actually heavy that it feels like quality. And I know Casio have really kind of hit the mark with these. The quality is fantastic. You have a mineral crystal on this one, and I think it's hardened because it's it's tough solar, and I'm yet to ever scratch one, so they're pretty good. So I think it's probably in line with Hardlex, but not sapphire. And I know a lot of the new Casio edifices, and I've got 2 new ones, happen to be sapphire. So it's a shame it wasn't sapphire, but this price point with everything on it, the fact it doesn't scratch, it doesn't really bother me at all. And I look after my watches like babies, so it's fine. So what you have here, you have a phone finder, and that's that little button just down there at the 4 o'clock. I know that much. You have a backlight, and let's see if we can show you the backlight. There we go. It's pretty impressive, very good at night. You can set the backlight that you can turn your wrist in the dark and it will come on, or you can turn that feature off and just press the button for the backlight to pop up. Like I say, it's got an array of buttons through your different functions, and I'm not even going to try to go through them. But as you've seen, I've posted a few pictures up of the screens you can go into when you download your Casio Edifice app, which is, I've got mine on Android, and it's quite interesting actually, because it really sort of shows you in depth into the watch, and there's an awful lot of settings, so it's great fun to kind of play around with. So like I say, it's quite a substantial watch. It's got a bit of heft to it, but it's not uncomfortably heavy. The bracelet is a typical oyster style bracelet with push pins. Let's just get that into focus. What I like about this one, you've got 4 micro adjusts, so you can really get it to fit nicely, and I've found it's cracking. It really does fit lovely. So yeah, so okay, as I say, there's a few wrist shots coming up, and yeah, that's the new Casio Tough Solar, Casio Edifice. I've only had it for a couple of weeks now, and I love it. It's kind of going to be my everyday watch, hence having a tough solar, because I like the fact it's solar, so you don't have to touch it. Put a battery in it for God knows how long. I think it's 10 years they last before you need a new solar panel, and that's not as expensive as all that. And the fact it's tough, and like I say, I'm very, very careful with my watches anyway, but there's I don't know, there's something quite reassuring about these Casios. They're very nicely made, and saying tough solar kind of gives you that reassurance. The fact it actually feels really, really robust. It is a genuinely fantastic watch, and I'm really, really pleased with it. It's like I say, I've only had it for, let's pop it back on the pillow. I've only had it for a couple of weeks, and yeah, I'm really impressed so far. So there you go. Thanks for listening again. May I, and I didn't forget, may I say thank you to all my new subscribers, all my existing subscribers, all your great feedback that I'm getting. And I'm getting some really great feedback at the moment, topped with that winning review of the month by Watch Shop is absolutely fantastic. So I'm really I'm really enjoying this at the moment, and having this new watch. And like I say, I've got 2 other new ones to review very soon, both Casio Edifice. Got a solar sapphire chronograph, and I've got an inner bezel countdown timer solar sapphire to review, and they'll be coming up soon. They're part of the new Casio Slimline range, and one of them is again from Watch Shop, and the other one I think come from Ernest Jones, but I can't remember now. But definitely I seem to get a lot of stuff from Watch Shop. No wonder they're giving me the prize. Anyway, enough of my rambling, and thanks for watching. Look forward to my next review. Look forward to the continuation of all your great feedback and all your questions. And I say this a lot, but I really am grateful. I really am. This has taken off like I never expected. And every time I go onto my phone in the morning and I look at my subscriptions, I've got another couple, and it's getting on to 500 now. That's fantastic for me. I'm a complete amateur. Best of luck to you. Catch you soon. Bye for now.